up, Sauce Gang, and welcome back to the channel. Hot Sauce Beats here with another surprise reaction for you, because today we are reacting to Overly Sarcastic Productions for the very first time. Now, with summer starting up, I've been wanting to throw in some other creators that I've never seen before and add them to the rotation, and Overly Sarcastic Productions is another one that we're adding. I'm beyond hype for this because you guys have been requesting this for a while now, ever since I started doing history reactions. And something you may not know about me is I'm a huge Greek mythology nerd, and I love me some Greek mythology history. So I am hyped to start checking out Overly Sarcastic Productions, and we are starting off with Miscellaneous Myths, Perseus. But before we jump in this video, make sure you show them some love by subscribing to their channel, and if you enjoy my reaction, smash that subscribe button because it greatly helps. But enough talking, let's get to reacting and roll that bomb ass intro.
Hot Sauce Beats is finally here. Hot Sauce Beats is finally here. Eat, sleep, make beats. Eat, sleep, make beats.
Hot Sauce Beats. Woo, woo. Oh, chat, I hope you guys love this, because for this playlist, for the Miscellaneous Myths, there's like 80 some videos. So I hope you enjoy this, because I really want to react to all these. I really do. Really bad.
So, this is the first video in what'll probably be a longish series of miscellaneous myths.
Longish.
Now, initially,
like I said, it's like 84 videos
on
or
Greek
80.
mythology, as it's one of the mythologies that's been more influential to popular culture in the past millennia or so. But I think we all know how.
I'm such a Greek mythology nerd. Like, as a kid, it was, I mean, I studied it, that and Egypt and stuff like that, but I love it, love
staying focused on one subject at a time, so we might roam pretty far afield.
And I'm always excited
Don't
to
get
check out, like,
if we leave off in Thebes and start
new
up again
creators,
in
new
Central America.
animation
Now, to start us off
styles.
simply, I'll be covering a myth that you're probably all at least vaguely familiar with, mostly because references to it got catapulted back into popular culture within the past few years. It's the story of Perseus and Medusa. Now, as is often.
Now, I don't know much about Perseus, but I do remember, I think there's 3 of those movies, 2, 3. Watch them with my kids. Decent movies, but
mythology, Perseus' story begins long before Perseus actually does. In fact, it begins with a prophecy.
Oh, prophecy!
Now, this particular prophecy isn't as cushy as the last one we dealt with. In this case, the king Acrisius was told by an oracle that he was doomed to die at the hands of his grandson. Acrisius took this news about as well as you'd expect and decided his only course of action was to lock his childless daughter Danae in an underground cell and basically leave her there to die of.
Zeus, bro, that's kind of being a douche canoe, fam. I mean, Zeus has had a lot of crazy moments, but I didn't know this.
Old age. You know, I don't often say this, but why don't you just kill her? But Zeus, who never met a mortal woman he didn't want to make sweet arrows to, spotted the beautiful Danae in her prison.
Make sweet arrows too.
And unwilling to let something like eternal solitary confinement stop him, turned himself into a rain of gold and showered himself into her cell, whereupon he made her pregnant and left. Man, isn't that just like a deity? You can bet he's not going to pay child support either. So Danae has a kid, and her dad panics because of the prophecy, and stuffs her and the kid into a trunk and throws it into the ocean. Jesus. With the kind of father figures this kid has, it's going to be a miracle if he doesn't.
Hold on. Did I misunderstand that beginning? Hold on.
To start us off simply, I'll be covering a myth that you're probably all at least vaguely familiar with, the story of Perseus and Medusa. Now, as is often the case in Greek mythology, Perseus' story begins long before Perseus actually does. In fact, it begins with a prophecy. Now, this particular prophecy isn't as cushy as the last one we dealt with. In this case, the king Acrisius was told by an oracle that he was doomed to die at the hands.
Oh, I did misunderstand that, dude. So it was King Perseus, not Zeus. Zeus went in later and impregnated her. Okay.
His grandson. Acrisius took this news about as well as you'd expect and decided his only course of action was to lock his childless daughter Danae in an underground cell and basically.
Chat, don't roast me in the comments. I already corrected myself. Comments are gonna be roasty toasty.
Leave her there to die of old age. You know, I don't often say this, but why don't you just kill her? But Zeus, who never met a mortal woman he didn't want to make sweet arrows to, spotted the beautiful Danae in her prison and, unwilling to let something like eternal solitary confinement stop him, turned himself into a rain of gold and showered himself into a cell, whereupon he made her pregnant and left. Man, isn't that just like a deity? You can bet he's not going to pay child support either. So Danae has a kid, and her dad panics because of the prophecy, and stuffs her and the kid into a trunk and throws it into the ocean. Jesus. With the kind of father figures this kid has, it's going to be a miracle if he doesn't grow up to be a psychopath. So Danae and her son, whose name, as you've probably already guessed, is Perseus, drift ashore on the tiny island of Seriphus, where they're taken in by a childless fisherman and his wife. So Perseus grows up with 3 parents and 1 absentee god.
Dude, I'm really enjoying this, like, minimalistic animation style. You guys know I've talked about that before. I enjoy minimalistic styles that allow the creator to put more into their work. You know, like, essentially here, the teachings. I mean, she's doing such a good job at telling the story, and the animations, like, you're visually, you don't get lost in it, so you can still listen to what she's saying and put together the pieces of everything that's on here too.
Godfather, and his life is pretty chill. Until the king, Polydictes, decides that Perseus' mom has got it going on and decides to make her marry him. However, Danae refuses, and Polydictes is too scared of Perseus to press the issue. So, like any sane ruler, he decides to get Perseus out of the way by sending the lad on a quest that'll almost certainly kill him, and that way he'll be able to get with Danae without any interference. Polydictes convinces Perseus to go out and slay the Gorgon Medusa, a woman who had once been beautiful, but after she and Poseidon got busy in one of Athena's temples, she was
Kiss from a rose on the
cursed by the goddess to have badass snake hair and also be so hideous as to turn anyone who looks at her into stone. Modern interpretations usually make her super hot anyway, but hey, whatever. So Perseus, young, hot, and full of crippling naivete, ventures out into the great wide world to find him a deadly Gorgon. However, thanks to some divine nepotism, he's given a leg up by the various Greek gods, who give him some magic items to make the quest actually possible.
Way to help him out.
Hermes gives him a sword and his winged sandals, and Athena gives him the mirror shield, because apparently petrifying ugliness only petrifies you if you look at it head on. Then they tell him that he needs to—
Yeah, I mean, if you ever meet Medusa in real life, just use a mirror. Don't look. Just look in the mirror. Hey, what up, Medusa?
To visit the Grey Sisters in order to find out where the Gorgons actually live. So he scoots on over there and gets the Grey Sisters to tell him where the Medusa lives by holding their eyeball hostage. It makes just as much sense in context. Anyway, after marking the location on his map, Perseus goes to the next quest marker, which happens to be the Garden of Hera, who's oddly cool with his presence, despite her typical reaction to Zeus's kids. Anyway, the nymphs of the garden give Perseus a sack to hold Medusa's head and a magic helmet to make him invisible.
Magic helmet.
Magic helmet.
Magic helmet? I'll take
Guess
a
which
magic
one of those
helmet.
is probably going to be more useful.
Magic helmet.
Now, I wish I could tell you that Perseus and Medusa had some awesome final showdown, maybe with lightning and rains of fire.
I don't think there is. I think he literally just like chops her head off. I don't think there's much at all behind the battle. It's not even a battle.
Fire or something. But Perseus is a pragmatic hero, so he sneaks in while Medusa's asleep and chops off her head. Well, that was easy. But this myth is missing something. Well, a few things, actually. Where's the drama? The final showdown? Could we maybe throw in a princess?
It's a final countdown.
Or something? Ask and ye shall receive. As Perseus is flying home, he spots a beautiful princess, whose name is Andromeda, chained to a rock by the ocean. When he pops down to ask her what's up, she tells him that her mother managed to piss off the ocean itself, and it sent a sea monster to ravage the land. They can only make it stop if they sacrifice Andromeda. Now, Perseus does what any red-blooded Greco-Roman hero would do and vows to slay the sea monster and save the princess. And he does. Okay, he returns home to Polydictes and delivers the Medusa's head to him, unsurprisingly petrifying him and his entire court of bad guys in one fell swoop. Then he and Andromeda get married, the fisherman who saved him as a baby becomes king, and everyone ends up happy. Oh, but what about the prophecy? Well, see, a few years later, King Acrisius visits the basically Olympics in the city of Larissa, whereupon Perseus accidentally beans him with a discus. The end. It's always fun when a myth gets co-opted by popular culture as—
Oh, stop! We can't jump ahead. We can't jump ahead, bro. Let's go, fam. Okay, wow, that was like a 6-minute video with so much information packed into it. I think if I would have any criticism at all, that would be it. Is I almost feel like these videos need to be, because yeah, this next one's only 1 minute and 40 seconds. I feel like these videos need to be a little bit longer just because there's just so much, you know, information vomit that you're getting. It's really hard to take it all in, but what she does do is an amazing job at telling the story visually, audibly. It just all goes together so well. I think this is definitely something though that you have to watch maybe twice to kind of take in all the information that you're just getting dumped on you. But with that being said, these are also good enough to watch a second or a third time. Like, I'm gonna watch this a second time so I can understand fully all the information that she gave us. Again, even though I absolutely love Greek mythology, I'm just keeping it 100 with you. I haven't like studied or looked up any Greek mythology probably since I was in high school. So most of the stuff that I've forgotten that isn't in a movie or something like that. But no, this was awesome. I think I'm gonna have an absolute blast reacting to Overly Sarcastic Productions, and I hope you guys enjoy this and want more of these because I want to do more of these. So make sure you let me know in the comments. Oh, and so what I was saying is, chat, I think what we're gonna do, if you guys like this, I think we're just gonna follow this whole playlist and just, geez, dude, a lot of these are super short. We might have to do a couple of them together or something like that. We'll see, but because yeah, there's like some 2-minute, 3-minute ones in there, but oh yeah, this was just 4 minutes. But anyways. I had an absolute blast reacting to this. Let me know in the comments which one you're the most excited for, and let me know what you thought of this. And make sure you show Overly Sarcastic Productions some love by subscribing to their channel. If you enjoyed my reaction, please help support the channel by smashing the subscribe and like button. It's absolutely free and it greatly helps out the channel. Enjoy the rest of your day. Remember, it's easy to make me scared. I wasn't even saying any words the last one. I was just moving my lips. I ran out of breath. And remember, it's eat, sleep, and make beats, and as usual, we count on one another. That's all I got. Boom, I'm out. Gotta be love. What a sauce gang. Peace out, sauce gang.